Hi. Wait, what do I say after that? How is your favorite color? Wait, oh god, bye. Okay, I'm back, I guess. Now take that forced awkwardness and multiply that by the square root of the integral of the derivative of the radius of convergence of the Taylor series of f about x equals 2, and voila! You have me. I'm just gonna get right to it. I have social anxiety. That classic mentality of feeling like an outlier in every conversation. Why am I this way? Well, welcome to my social struggles, random person. Right off the bat, I completely accept that I'm an introvert. I recharge when I'm alone, rather than being around people, or whatever the textbook definition is. I feel content when I'm cooped up in my room, with nothing but the internet and some games. Unfortunately, socializing is inevitable. I can't just hide in my room forever. So if you ever see me socializing, know that, in my head, I'm overthinking every little thing and scrabbling to think of what to say next, instead of actually listening to the person. Oops. For example, if I hold the door for someone, my mind will be like, okay, statistically, the most probable response from this human is, thanks. I have calculated that the most appropriate reply will be, you're welcome. Rendering sentence. System processing. Prepare for action. Sorry. You're welcome. Error. Mission failed. Unable to calculate solution. Self-destruct activated. Yeah, it's bad. In general, I'm very reserved. I'm horrible at reaching out for help or even initiating a conversation. Most of the time, you would have to talk to me in order for me to talk to you. I hope I don't come off as mean. I just assume that people don't want to be bothered. But if you reach out to me, you've indicated that you have some interest, and in that case, I'm more than willing to talk. Whenever I see someone else in a conversation, I'm so jealous of how effortless they make it look. What magic are they using to articulate every single syllable so perfectly, and on top of that, they have a normal voice? Yes, this is the second time I'm bringing up my voice because this affects my ability to socialize. If there's one thing I'm hyper aware of 24/7, it's how I sound. Sure, this recording hopefully sounds competent to you, if I do a good job, but you don't know how many little mistakes I can point out. For example, it's very common to fumble on your words. And multiply by statistically, the most probable— what? But it goes much deeper than that. In 8th grade, my voice used to crack. A lot. As in, every single sentence. But this was normal. I thought that since my voice cracked, I would assume that puberty would finish the job.
And deepen my voice, right?
Okay, vocal cords. You've played this silly game long enough. Where did you hide my deep voice? Literally where? Words that start with a vowel have this weird, in my head, tacked on. Sometimes, the vowel wouldn't even come out at all and I end up sounding very airy. Whenever I see someone in a and multiply that by the square root of the integral of— I can't really edit my voice in real life, so you can imagine how that affects my social skills. An introvert with a faulty voice. A perfect recipe for disaster. Besides my half-baked voice, I generally can't hold a stable conversation. Sure, I can nail a Sporkle quiz with every Mario game ever, but if my social abilities were ever tested, I would try to hide that test score from my parents. Question 1. You're chillin', maxin', relaxin' on a Friday night in your room watching YouTube. All of a sudden, a fellow friend messages you, asking if you want to hang out. What is your response? Oof, okay. Well, first off, this question is too vague. What does hang out mean? It wasn't in my notes. I think it means they want to do stuff with me. Outside? Do they mean like without internet? Without YouTube? Without Nintendo? Do they want to go out to eat? Do they want to go shopping? Well, spending money is not my forte. What if they want to cause trouble? I learned from the SATs that you have to thoroughly read each part. You're not supposed to be gullible and give the standard answer. You're supposed to read in between the lines. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. Based on the vague nature of this prompt, there are multiple possibilities that would fit this response. The bond with this friend is unclear, so it is reasonable to assume that the indicated relationship is within acquaintance territory.
If the message was received during the daytime, the probability of accepting this offer would fall above average.
However, since the request was offered during the evening, the person could justifiably be concerned about the possible outcomes of this outing, along with crime rates being significantly higher at night. Other negative outcomes would include arguments, boredom, spending too much money, kidnapping, murder, abandonment, etc.
Therefore, the most appropriate response to this SMS message would be, nah. What is this? That is literally how I write essays. I dump a bunch of big boy words and that seems to work. As you can tell, I tend to overthink. And by tend to, I mean always. It's just that growing up, I always preferred to stay home. Now, I'm not saying that I refused to leave the house when I had somewhere to be. I mean that if I didn't have any outside commitment, I would willingly choose to stay indoors. Even back then I was shy, but I wasn't completely antisocial as a kid. Whenever I was with other kids at school, I would somehow make some friends along the way. But my friendships stayed there. When I came back to my safe haven, aka my house, the thought of inviting friends over didn't even cross my mind. In fact, I was, and still am, a socially primitive person. That's definitely a thing. I never had someone I would consider best friend material, so I never invited anyone over or even talked to them online. It's ironic how I spent so much time on the computer but I never messaged anyone. What was I even doing? I'm pretty sure all I did as a kid was watch Disney Channel /Nick /Cartoon Network, play Nintendo obviously, and or Club Penguin or Pop Tropica. That pretty much sums up my childhood. I never even touched social platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and MySpace, mostly because I didn't know what they did. Also, I wasn't old enough to register anyway. I never played online with voice chat because Nintendo games didn't have that, and I was too scared to use Skype. I unintentionally isolated myself from any online communication, but I never felt lonely. One thing to know about me is that I'm very late to join anything because, surprise, I overthink. I'm scared that if I integrate this one thing into my life, then it'll distract me and I won't be able to get any work done and everything is chaos and yeah. Sounds like an addiction when I say it like that. For the longest time, I had zero means of communication. No joke, I never had an email address until 8th grade, when I was 13. I did have a phone at that point, but it was a horrible LG phone with no storage. Even then, I was too scared to give anyone my phone number. Eventually, I upgraded to the iPhone in my freshman year of high school, but I had no social media. I used it for texting and YouTube. That's it. But in October of 2017, I finally made a Twitter account. Now I constantly check my feed every day, so I was right all along. Or I let myself be right all along. But it doesn't matter because I don't have any booming DMs right now. I mostly just scroll and like. It's not to say that I'm against talking to people online. I'm just very new at this type of communication. I sound old. I haven't had years of experience of whether or not I should respond to people I've only seen through a screen, you know? I feel like I'm so behind everyone else. Everyone seems buddy-buddy, and if I say something semi-quirky, they're gonna be like, who's this idiot trying to interfere with our type bond? Reported, banned, account revoked. Don't even try to join again. No? It doesn't play out like that? I really don't know what the point of this video is. I'm basically saying that I suck at talking to people. It might be a cliche topic, but I don't think anyone's this bad at talking to people. I guess if anything else, I'm open to talk on Twitter or Discord, but please be kind and patient because I'm still trying to figure out how this whole internet thing works. I'm 92. I guess a general rule would be, please don't be mean, toxic, manipulative, creepy, outraged, inappropriate, conceited, etc. I guess just be a good human? I don't know. Now please tell me, how do you socialize online and in real life? Does it come naturally to you? Do you have the same thinking pattern as me? Probably not, but let me know. Thank you for watching me explain how I fail at socializing, and I'll see you next time. Bye. System processing. Ugh! I can't.